Hello Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Capricorn, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Capricorn, let's get started. Okay. How does Capricorn currently view this relationship? Let's see what's going on, Capricorn. So we do have the Queen of Pentacles. We do have the Six of Cups. And then we also have the Five of Wands to the Ten of Swords to the King of Pentacles. And then we also have the Six of Swords to the Eight of Pentacles. All right, I'm going to focus on this person's energy. Then I will jump over to your energy because I am picking up on your person's energy. So let me focus on them first and I'll jump over to you so that way the reading in itself flows and it all makes sense. Just keep in mind that the roles could be reversed. Also, too, don't get caught up in the gender because nothing's gender specific. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. Okay. So Capricorn, it kind of looks like something happened here between you and this person. Could have been a really big fight or a really big argument. And it does appear to me that this person that you had like this really big fight / argument with, they just simply want to like move past it. Can we just stop talking about it? Can we just stop dwelling on it, Capricorn? Can we just move past it, Capricorn? Can we just move past it? But it kind of looks like you're not over what happened here between the two of you, primarily because this person hasn't really provided a solution to the actual root of the problem here, okay? It kind of looks like they just want you to just get over it and stop talking about it and stop dwelling on it and just forget about it. But I think that that's very hard for you to do because this person's not providing you with like a solution to the actual root of the actual problem, which causes you to essentially feel like it's just gonna happen again, is basically what I'm getting, which to be honest, I'm with you on that. I will say that. I'm definitely with you on that because the likelihood of this situation reoccurring all over again is very, very likely to happen if this person doesn't come down to some sort of like resolution to the actual root of the problem here. So I'm definitely with you on that when it comes down to like why you're having a very difficult time, you know, moving past what happened here and why you're so angry and frustrated because this person is not, you know, providing, you know, the situation, you know, with a resolution to the actual problem here. So I'm with you on that. I totally agree with you on that because a lot of you feel like if the issue doesn't get addressed, if the issue doesn't get resolved, if there is no resolution to the actual root of the problem here, it's just going to repeat itself. And I am 100% with you on that. I completely agree with you on that. Okay, so let's look at this person a little bit more. How does this person currently view this relationship? Okay. So we have the Two of Wands, we got the Judgment card, we also have the Eight of Wands, and then we also have the Hermit. You know, it's interesting, the struggle that's coming from this person, because it's kind of interesting that this person's kind of struggling with coming down to like some sort of like resolution to the problem that you guys are facing within your relationship with one another, because you are dealing with a King of Pentacles like energy. So that's kind of odd to see a King of Pentacles struggle with coming down to some sort of like resolution, you know. It's interesting. That's interesting because that's not how this works. That's very unheard of now that I think about it. You know what? I feel like this person tries to be your King of Pentacles. Like, how do I explain this? Like, they try to be the man you need them to be. They try to be the woman that you need them to essentially be. Like, they do try, but yeah, I am getting that. Like, they do try to be the man or the woman that you essentially need them to essentially be. But I feel like this person unfortunately falls short at times. Is kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm getting. But in regards to how they're currently viewing this, you know, the situation, the struggle is real, which is odd because they're showing up as a King of Pentacles, which the only reason why I feel like they're even showing up as a King of Pentacles is because I feel like they're trying to be the King of Pentacles you need them to essentially be. Because a King of Pentacles is a problem solver. A problem solver, just like a Queen of Pentacles is a problem solver, you know. But the fact that they're struggling with solving this problem is, you know, interesting to me. But yeah, so in regards to how they're currently viewing the situation, it kind of looks like they don't really know what to do to solve this issue that they are running into with you. They don't know how to actually solve, this issue. They might even go as far as to say something along the lines of, well, what do you want me to do, Capricorn? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do to fix this problem? And I'll just turn around and do it. You know what I mean? Because whatever you guys are going through, they just want y'all to move past it, for the love of God, you know what I mean? For the sandals of Moses, they just want y'all to move past it already. Like, they don't want to keep talking about this. They don't want to keep dwelling on this. Like, they just want y'all to move past this already. So this person might even go as far as to like ask you like, well, what do you want me to do? And I'll just turn around and do it. Just what do you want me to do? Just tell me and I'll just freaking do it. So we could just stop arguing about this. So we could just stop dwelling on this already. Because they don't know how to resolve this issue. But it's weird because they're a King of Pentacles. Like, a King of Pentacles knows how to solve problems, but I don't know. I guess they don't know how to solve this problem. It's very weird. To be honest, I don't think you're actually dealing with a King of Pentacles like energy, because a King of Pentacles is somebody who knows how to solve problems. So to me, it just kind of felt that the only reason why they showed up as a King of Pentacles is because this person's constantly trying. They're constantly trying and trying and trying and trying to like be who you need them to be. You know what I mean? And I just kind of feel like they fall short at times, I guess. But how does Capricorn feel? Okay. So we have the Six of Swords, we got the Nine of Swords, and then we also have the Wheel of Fortune. Whatever issues, I guess, you're running into within your dynamic here with this person, not only is it pissing you off and frustrating the hell out of you, but it's also stressing you the hell out. It's bringing in unnecessary stress, conflict, tension, and chaos into your life that you do not, for the love of God, want to continue to basically deal with. Like, you come off to me as somebody, because the Queen of Pentacles is like this, by the way, and so is the King of Pentacles for the most part. So the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who truly does love to live like a life of peace. Like, they don't want to be around the drama, they don't want to be around the dysfunction, they don't want to be around the instability, they don't want to be around the chaos. Like, they just don't care for that shit, okay? They just don't. You don't care for that stuff. So the fact that this person, or somebody that they know possibly, or whoever, right, is bringing all this tension and conflict, unnecessary stress into your life, you don't necessarily like it, because you're the type of person that lives a life of peace. Therefore, you're not out here creating tension, conflict, and chaos and dysfunction in other people's lives, because you wouldn't want somebody to turn around and do that to you. So the fact that there's somebody that's turning around and bringing all this tension, conflict, and this chaos and all this crazy shit into your life, you don't appreciate it, because you're not out here, you know what I mean, doing those things to other people. So like I said, this person that could be bringing tension and conflict and chaos into your life, it could be the person that you're dealing with, or it could be somebody that your person knows, like a family member of theirs, a friend of theirs, an ex of theirs. That's a possibility, but it's somebody that's associated to them is primarily what I'm getting. So it could either be them, or it's somebody who's associated to them, is basically what I'm getting. Okay, how does this person currently feel? Okay, so here we go. We have the, oh Lord, we have the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and then we also have the Six of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Six of Pentacles, and then we also have the Six of Cups to the Four of Cups to the Knight of Cups. Okay. This is either your person's energy or somebody that they are associated with, because I am definitely getting, for some of you, this problem that you're running into could have a lot to do with the problem that you're currently having with your significant other, or it's somebody that your significant other knows, like a family member of theirs, a friend of theirs, an ex of theirs, for perfect example. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that this is somebody that they are associated with, okay? I'm not trying to poke fun at this person. You know, mental health is like a real thing. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to poke fun at this person when I say this, okay? But, um, mm, mm. I'm really not trying to make fun of this person, but, um, something's not right with this person, like mentally speaking, and I'm not trying to poke fun at this person, okay? I swear to God, I'm not trying to poke fun at them. I do feel like this person, you know, does have some like mental health issues, and let me explain, you know, why I'm saying all of this, okay? With the Seven of Swords coming out here, and it's coming out here right next to the Queen of Wands is not necessarily a good sign. This could basically describe somebody who has, for example, zero control over their emotions. This could be that type of person that goes from 0 to 100 real quick. We could also view this individual as somebody who is, I wouldn't call them a compulsive liar. I'm leaning far more towards a pathological liar. So this could definitely be like a pathological liar. You know, that, you know, y'all are dealing with. That's definitely, you know, a possibility. You know, this is somebody who creates little fires, you know, everywhere that they go. They're also that type of person. And this is kind of why I'm also kind of saying something's not right with this person, like psychologically speaking, right? Because not only this is that type of person that will throw a stone in your direction and then they'll hide their hands behind their back and say, "Oh, no, 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 that wasn't me. I didn't throw anything at you. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me, but it fucking was." You know what I mean? Like, you know, like that's that type of person that they are. You know what I mean? Where they'll throw a whole stone in your direction and hide their hands behind their back and then sit there and be like, "Oh, no, 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 that wasn't me. I didn't do that. That wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me." Like, that's just kind of how they are. They like to like play like the victim card a lot. This person thinks that the things that they essentially do is right, even though deep down inside they know it's wrong. So that's why I'm saying it's like psychologically speaking, there is definitely something wrong with this person. Um, there is something definitely wrong with this person. So, you know, this person could be a pathological liar or narcissist. That's definitely a possibility, you know, as well. Then again, I'm not a psychologist or anything like that, but I am definitely getting that this is somebody who intentionally starts fires every little where that they go. Like, this is that type of person that's very big on burning bridges and stuff like that. Why do they do it? You know, I just, as crazy and off the wall as this is going to sound, I just kind of feel like they truly do get something, you know, out of this, you know, whether it's thrill, excitement, you know, fun, you know, whatever. Maybe this person's just bored. I don't fucking know. You know, then again, like I said, I'm not a psychologist. I don't know why this person does the things that they do, but I am definitely getting that being this way, there's a reason for it, and it's something that this person clearly gets out of being this way, like being a pathological liar, being a narcissist, being two-faced. Like, they clearly get something out of this. What exactly do they get out of this that they just love so badly that they have to continue to have it in their life? That I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know. But I am definitely getting that, you know, that this person does have some like psychological issues. I will say that, you know what I mean? This, yes, I will definitely go as far as to say that. Now, if this is your person that we're talking about here, um I mean, I'm sorry, but this is not really good, you guys. This is not good. This is not good at all. You're dealing with more than likely a pathological liar. You're more than likely dealing with a narcissist, okay? You're more than likely dealing with somebody who's just simply not in their right mind. This is that type of person that'll literally throw a stone in your direction, hide their hands behind their back, and literally convince you it wasn't me. You know what I mean? It wasn't me. It wasn't me, when they know good and goddamn well it was them. You see what I mean? Um, I think that this person, and again, I'm not trying to poke fun at them, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to poke fun at them. Like, I think that this person does have some type of disorder. And it's not to poke fun at them. I mean, it is, you know, it is what it is. But I think that this person knows that they have a problem. I just kind of feel like because there's like that big, like them being a compulsive liar wrapped up in all of this. Not a compulsive liar. It's not a compulsive liar because I'm not getting that they're compulsive liar. I'm getting that they are like a pathological liar, not a compulsive one. More than likely a pathological one. But point that I'm making is that they know that what they're doing and how they are as an individual, it is not good. It is very, very unhealthy. It is very, very toxic. But I think that this person like goes as far as to like lie and manipulate you into possibly convincing you that they are not the problem. It is you that's the problem. When in all actuality, they know they're the problem. You know what I mean? But they're just going to sit there and point the finger at you like, you're the problem. They're not the problem. You're the problem. They're not a compulsive liar or pathological one. You actually are. Like, and that's another thing too, when it comes down to like, a queen and wands like energy, regardless of this individual's gender, male or female, doesn't matter. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. This is somebody who has a very difficult time taking accountability for the things that they essentially do. This is that type of person that's more prone to justifying why they do the things that they do instead of looking at their situation and analyzing it and thinking to themselves, you know what, damn, you know what, now I think about it, I kind of did overreact right there. You know what? Now that I think about it, man, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. You know, maybe I did actually take that a little too far. This is somebody who is incapable of doing that. Now, you don't have that problem. You don't have that problem. So you can't really like relate to this person whatsoever because you don't have that problem. Like you're the type of person that, let's just say hypothetically speaking, you get really mad at somebody one day, you go off on them. And then maybe like an hour or two later, you reflect back on what you said and what you did. And you're the type of person that you'll analyze your situation and think to yourself, like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I did kind of overreact back there. Maybe I did take it a little, you know what, matter of fact, let me go apologize. Let me go own up to my stuff and apologize and, you know, make it right. You're the type of person that's capable of doing that, but you're either romantically involved with somebody who's incapable of doing that, or your person has someone in their life that's incapable of doing that. Because this is somebody who cannot take accountability for anything that they do. And even if they do go off on somebody or do something that they know good and damn well they shouldn't do, this is that type of person that will turn around and justify their behavior. They'll just turn around and justify their behavior. And if you just don't understand why they did what they did, well, you're just the problem. When in all actuality, it's like they know what they did was wrong, but they're still going to sit there and make it seem like what they did was essentially right. And the real person with the issues here is you. It's not them. I know, it's kind of crazy. I know. Let's keep going. All right. Now, if this is someone that your person is associated with, like a family member of theirs, a friend of theirs, possibly like an ex of theirs, right? I think that this dynamic, you know, is just affecting you. And it's affecting you, you know, significantly because the way that you live your life kind of clashes with the way that this individual is as a person. And the fact that you have to deal with this person to a certain extent because it's their mother, it's their father, it's their aunt, it's their uncle, it's their baby daddy, it's their baby mother. You know what I mean? It's like you're kind of reaching this point of essentially feeling like you just can't tolerate the fuckery anymore because the way that you live your life kind of clashes with the way that this person is as an individual. And if you are continuing to remain with this person that you're either married to in a relationship with, you're gonna forever have to continue to deal with this person, all that comes with them. And that just doesn't seem like a sweet deal to you, is basically what I'm getting. Now, it's just kind of unfortunate. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of unfortunate. I get where you're coming from completely. Like, you just don't want to have to deal with this other individual anymore. And you know that the more you continue to remain married to this individual that you're with, or in a relationship with this individual that you're with, you're gonna have to forever deal with this cuckoo person over here. And you don't want to do that. And you kind of know that the only way to free yourself from the situation is to walk away from this marriage that you share with this King of Pentacles, or this relationship that you share with this King of Pentacles. The reason why I'm like, yo, is kind of like unfortunate because you know, I get where you're coming from though, but it's like, it would suck, right? Because it's not the King of Pentacles' fault that this person is psychotic. It's not this person's fault that this person's a pathological liar. It's not this person's fault that this person starts little fires everywhere that they go, and then turns around and says, "What was it me? I didn't set that fire over there." Meanwhile, they have a fucking gallon of gasoline in their right hand and a fucking lighter in their left hand. You know what I mean? Like, it's not this King of Pentacles' fault, you know what I mean? But they could end up having to essentially pay for this person's behavior by you getting up and walking away because you just don't want to deal with the fuckery anymore. Now, if this is your person that we're talking about here, if this is the person that you're romantically involved with that, you know, is like this, well, yeah, I feel like it's kind of getting to that point where you kind of are starting to kind of realize that you and this person really don't resonate with one another. You know, don't get me wrong, I think that you guys have a lot of things in common with one another, but I think that the way that you live your life and the way that you want to live your life kind of clashes with the way that they live their life and the way that they want to live their life. Like, if you're the type of person that's very big on living a life of peace and you're dealing with somebody who's very toxic and brings drama, chaos, dysfunction, unnecessary BS into your life, you know, I can see why you don't feel like that's going to essentially work out, because it kind of clashes with the way that you live your life and the way that you want to continue to essentially live your life. And a lot of you feel like the only way to be free of the situation is to walk away from this person. So, you know, then there's that. But what actions? All right, so we have the Star, we got the Ten of Swords, and then we also have the Hangman. Okay, so hypothetically speaking, let's just say that this is like an ex of theirs, like a baby mama or a baby daddy, or a family member of theirs, or like a friend of theirs that's bringing all of this unnecessary drama and chaos to your doorstep, okay? This individual that you're with, hopefully this happens, right? But this individual that you're with, hopefully this person truly does wake up and does something about this individual that's bringing nothing but tension, conflict, and chaos into this marriage that you guys share with one another, or this relationship that you guys share with one another. Because if they don't wake up and do what they got to do to put this individual in their place, they will for sure lose a good thing. They will for sure lose a good thing, aka you and their relationship with you. They will for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, lose a really, really good thing over somebody that is just simply not worth losing you over. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think that this person obviously wants to lose you over this individual that just doesn't know how to freaking act right, or even act their age. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure they don't want to essentially lose you over this individual. But if they don't get up and do something, they will for sure lose a good thing. They will for sure lose you in the end, because I think that what you want is for this person to put this individual in their place and stop allowing this person to meddle into this marriage that you guys share with one another, or this relationship that you guys share with one another. On top of that, bring unnecessary tension and conflict into this marriage and a relationship. And you're not asking for much, by the way, okay? You're not asking for much. Now, if this person can't step up and put this person in their place, they will for sure lose a good thing without a shadow of a doubt. And if they do end up losing you, they will definitely develop a lot of anger and resentment towards this individual, when in all actuality, they shouldn't be developing anger and resentment towards this individual because they ended up losing you in the end. They should be developing a lot of anger and resentment towards them because they didn't step up to the plate to put this person in their place. Straight up. Now, if this person is the one that, you know, you're romantically involved with, and, you know, they're constantly bringing drama, chaos, and all this crazy stuff into your life, and they know that they're dead wrong for the things that they do, but they turn around and make it seem like you're the crazy one, you're overreacting, Capricorn, and they're constantly justifying their behavior left and right, they will for sure lose a good thing. They will for sure lose a good thing. They will for sure lose a good thing. Oh, yeah. If they end up losing you, they will for sure lose a good thing, because this person, you know, refused to essentially change their ways. And the thing is, like, again, I'm not a psychologist here, and I'm not trying to justify their behavior by any means. But I do feel like whatever is wrong with them, it's something that's very, like, psychological. I will definitely say that. And whatever is essentially wrong with them, like, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that you're dealing with a narcissist, okay? Maybe this person doesn't know that they're a narcissist. Maybe this person legit thinks that the way that they are as a person, the way that they think, the way that they treat people, the way that they are, is completely and utterly normal because it's normal to them. But it's completely unnatural and just so far from normal to you, which we would be obviously in the same page when it comes down to that. This, to me, pretty sure you're looking at it the same way I'm looking at it. This shit is not fucking normal. This is not right. You know what I mean? But to them, it might be. You know what I mean? Especially if this is like a narcissist that we're talking about. Most narcissists out here don't know that they're actually narcissists because they don't take the time to go and get diagnosed, for example. You see what I mean? So we have a lot of narcissists amongst us that don't know that they're essentially narcissists, that also think that their behavior is perfectly normal and acceptable because that's just how they've always been their whole entire life. You know what I mean? But like I said, you could be dealing with, you know, a pathological liar. You might have that on your hands too. Regardless if this is somebody that you're romantically involved with or somebody that your person essentially knows. But if this is somebody that you're romantically involved with, if this person doesn't, because this person needs help, and I'm not trying to poke fun at them, but this person legit needs help. This is not normal to do the things that you do, and you know that it's dead wrong, but you do it anyways, and then you turn around and try to manipulate the situation and make it seem like anybody who does call you out on it is crazy and wrong. You know what I mean? That's just, you know, it's just, you know, it's just not fucking normal. You know what I mean? It's just not normal, you know? I think that this person knows deep down inside that, you know, they do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing, but they fuck around and do it any fucking ways. You know what I mean? And then when they do get caught, they like to manipulate it and twist it and, like, you're crazy, Capricorn, and they might go as far as to gaslight you and do all these crazy things to justify, you know, their behavior and make it seem like what they did was perfectly normal, what they did was perfectly fine. You're the crazy one, even though deep down inside they know what they did was wrong. Like, that is not normal. That is not normal. You know what I mean? And that is not okay. So something is definitely wrong with this person, and if they don't get the help that they need, they will for sure lose a good thing. They will for sure lose a good thing. That's one thing I will say. They will for sure lose a good thing if they don't get the help that they essentially need. But for the vast majority of you, this is definitely somebody that they are either friends with, family members with, ex-baby, possibly like an ex, like a baby mother or baby father, something along those lines. But it could be them. But if they don't, I don't know, if they don't get the help that this person needs, they will definitely for sure lose you. And that's just without a shadow of a doubt. And if they do lose you over this individual that they refuse to essentially put in their place, they will for sure lose a good thing, aka you. So it just kind of looks like if the situation just doesn't improve, it is already set up for this relationship to essentially come to an end between the two of you. It's already set up that this relationship is going to come to an end between the two of you if this person doesn't put this individual in their place, or if they don't get the help that they need. It is set up for this relationship to come to an end without a shadow of a doubt. Now, of course, there is still hope. This is why we have the star out here. If they were to put this person in their place, if they were to get the help that they need, then of course, this relationship, it has the potential. You know what I mean? Things could get better, you know, between the two of you. You know, you guys could very well be able to salvage this marriage and relationship that you guys share with one another. But if they don't wake up and realize that they have a real problem that needs to get addressed, if they don't wake up and realize that this individual is creating unnecessary drama and chaos into this marriage that you guys share with one another, this relationship that you guys share with one another, they're going to lose you. They're going to lose you. So we'll see. You know, I guess we'll see what ends up happening here, you know, between you and this person. I mean, there's a huge possibility, you know, that you guys will overcome this, you know, and things will essentially get better. So yeah, they might go as far as to put this individual in their place. Yeah, they might go off and get the help that they essentially need. They might, or they may not. But if they don't, without a shadow of a doubt, you will be walking away from this marriage. Without a shadow of a doubt, you will be walking away from this marriage. You will be walking away from this relationship. And that's like a without a shadow of a doubt. Um, but this kind of the ball, technically speaking, is in this person's court. They get to decide whether or not they're going to put this person in their place and do what they can to protect their marriage and a relationship with you, or they're not, and then they lose you. Or they're going to get the help that they essentially need, or they don't. And then they end up losing you, you know? Either which way, the ball is in this person's court. And it kind of looks like, depending on what they do will determine what you essentially do. And it kind of looks like you're more so heading down the path of, yeah, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get out of here while I still can. Because if you don't see this person doing anything to resolve the situation or get the help that they need, you're not going to stick around. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see